Man, listen, when I tell you these cookies here, vegan of course, are so good. Plant-based, baby. Shout out to my boy Deaudrick. What's going on, everyone? This is RFBM, Raising the Financial Bar with Mar. And we have a couple topics we want to discuss today. I'm talking we like I'm not talking about me. But RFBM is a whole community, man. We are doing so many things to get awareness in regards to the EIDL funding as far as where everyone stands because many small businesses are affected by the pandemic and continue to be affected by the pandemic and there's nobody coming to our assistance. So I do see a couple of YouTube channels that have been showing you the status of their personal applications or just keeping up with the news overall. And I just decided to join in and not only showcase the news, but share my personal side as well. And so, with that being said, today I want to discuss topics as it relates to just supporting small businesses and supporting your friends who have businesses as well. I personally think that a lot of times when it comes to people starting businesses, they don't have that support from whether friends, family, colleagues, and it oftentimes hurts their confidence. So I want to get into it right from the top of some businesses that I know are doing good things and will continue to rise within my community. So the first one I want to start it off with is my uncle's a girlfriend, her business where she has an Etsy shop, excuse me, and she does different types of designs. But one of her signature things she does is these tumblers. And I was supposed to have her on one of these episodes. She still hasn't got at me. It's like she's dodging it or whatever. But she's continued to make some progress and continue to rise and using social media to get more exposure and using her Etsy shop and just trying to grow her brand overall. So even then, I have a couple of her things that I purchased, not just because she's family, but because she makes quality products. And one of them is because, I'm a big fan of the Boston Celtics, and this is just quality, This is quality work. I'll add her information in the system, but also she edited my business that I do outside of RFBM, where I do photography and videography, and this is the Mar Entertainment logo here. So it's definitely some quality work. And I do drink out of it. I definitely want to drink out of it every day because that's just my branding. And honestly, you go to her if you want all types of things. I'll describe it more in depth, but she does smoking trays, tumblers, cups, shirts, the whole 9 yards. So that's just one of the things. And currently, as you already know, my friend Steven that has the Driven for Greatness brand, he continues to post his content. He does a lot of working out, and I think that aligns with his brand, and that's just overall his overall passion when it comes to it. And he continues to also spread financial knowledge as well because he has his rental properties. He's getting into the trucking business as well, all while working his job. So that's a knowledgeable dude, and I always respect Steven because he's out here doing his thing. And I think that oftentimes people don't realize you don't have to buy a product from your friends. I personally do, but you don't have to buy a product from your friends. There's different ways that you can do things for free and just show your support. And social media is an often thing. I'll share posts all the time. I share my friends' posts all the time, my family's posts all the time, because all it takes is that one person, and then it grows to two, four, doubles up, triples, and goes even further. And his brand has been consistent, and he continues to rise, doing all his different facets of business overall. And the Driven for Greatness thing is just a motto for him. So that's just something that I want to discuss. So without further ado, let's go further into it. You might have heard of OnTheGoDesigns already. I've discussed in a previous video or podcast. And there's some other brands I want to get into, including these cookies that I got from Dijah Bakes, I believe it's called. I hope I didn't screw up her name. But these cookies, man, I almost finished them already. Even got milk out here too. So good. I'll cut that out. But yeah, man, it's that simple. Sharing a post. Well, I have a couple of friends that do music. I'll stream their music and I'll just stream it and just leave it playing just on repeat. I play the whole project on repeat. Or if there's a song I particularly like, I'll play that song all day. Because of course, if you have streaming services, that might cost you money, but it didn't cost you money to do that. You already have these streaming services. But even YouTube, you can go on YouTube, you can go on SoundCloud. A lot of their content's on there. That's how I just show support and share their things as well. It's just that simple. No one's forcing you to do it either, but if you can double tap and comment under these celebrities and look at these things, laugh at these videos that you see on social media all the time, you can go and support your friends' things. And that's just how I feel about it, you know? And his project, his project he just released was pretty dope. And a couple of my other friends' projects, they have some content as well. And I support it. And it's not just what you say, it's what you do. A lot of people will say that they'll help you or they'll give you some advice or they'll support you, and they're not really going to support you, you know? And me personally, I just take it seriously because I'm a man of my word. And whenever I say I'm going to do something, I'm going to do it. And I'm just driven, you know? And I'm meticulous. If I'm going to do something, I'm going to do something 100%. So then we have another thing I wanted to check out. Yeah, I have a list of different things, but another person that I feel like has some content and has some good information for people that is into the decor and blogs or whatnot. Even my friend Marcus, I just recently did a money talk video with him, so I'm looking to try to get that within a week. But even working full time, it's hard to get things the way that you want to get done, So I personally appreciated him coming on because he even gave me a different eye to the music industry. And there's so much things that you can learn from other people that are in business, but that's neither here nor there. It's just the fact that me showing interest or even suggesting his music, because we all know somebody that's interested in music. How simple it is just to simply send them a link, and they might not listen, they might not, but you showed effort in trying to get their thing out the way, So there's ways to support people for free, and there's other ways to support people if you want to spend a little money. A lot of these albums, $10, I'll buy my friend's album or I buy my friend's shirt. And obviously you want to take yourself out emotionally. You don't want to be the only customer out there that's supporting them, but it's the little things that count, So social media, sharing posts, or if they have different type of contents, reading their content, watching their videos, streaming their music, buying their products, suggesting their things if you think that they're valuable. Because that's another thing too. I'm not saying for you to just push something that is low quality, but a lot of times your friends and your associates or people around you have something to offer. And if you find it something to offer, you're going to stand behind it even more. At least that's me personally. And I think a lot of them do have something of quality to offer, So yeah, like I said, man, tap into social media, visit their websites, visit the platforms where they have their music. If you want to actually spend money, buy their merch. If you don't want to do that, like their videos, share their content. There's so many ways to support them. And even these local businesses out here, that have suffered at the onslaught. If you're not preparing food at home, there's local business around your community that you might enjoy. And, pay here and there, leave a tip. There's different ways that you can contribute to our society and to our community. Tampa especially, there's a lot of room for growth, but I really believe in the community, and I believe that we all can come together and spread some awareness. That's why I created RFBM. A big reason, at least, is like you want to affect your community. And a lot of times in our community, there's certain things that are not said. I want to get in contact eventually with different community members so we can talk to the youth, or we could talk to even adults around and share ways in which we can increase not only our financial literacy, but also contribute to the overall impact of the community. Because if you help the community, I feel like you're helping you in effect. I mean, unless you really don't care about anybody, then just skip past this video and go about your ways. But if you really care, you'd be thinking, what can I do? Because if you help the community, you help you. And people around you, if they're not feeling well, a lot of times we're not feeling well. So there's intrinsic value to that, whether it's you being selfish or selfless. The reason why you're doing that, just the fact that you're helping out the best that you can, is still important and is essential. You know, so many people weren't able to do anything as far as receiving any loans or grants because they not only didn't know anything about it, but they didn't have a paper trail. And I feel like even businesses coming together, they could have came together. Or if you know somebody in business, why not let them know the things that are available? And that's a big reason why I appreciate even my friend Steven. He did suggest and let me know about the EIDL grant eventually last year, and that's when I initially applied. And also, once I heard that information, I let my uncle's girlfriend know as well, but she knew about it and she actually was going to tell me. So if he hadn't told me, she would have told me as well. So it's good to have a community of people, you know. But it's very simple for you to do things to help the community and look out for people around you. There's going to be much more content that I'm posting on this page, but I'm just trying to handle things outside of that as well. And it's not easy being a one-man army, you know? And then another thing that I really think is, like, on a serious note, important. Stop always asking for a discount. Pay full price. Pay full price like you would if you were a regular customer. You're not asking for discounts. Well, you might be. There's some like you to these brands that you're getting. And I'm not going to spread that nonsense about, oh, you're buying all this designer, but you're not looking out for blase. I mean, just in general, things that you purchase, your essentials or your things outside of your wants that might not be luxurious in nature. Like, if you can pay for that, though, you don't think that you can pay for your friend's shirt or your friend's services, DJ services or photography? Be surprised how many people want to just shortchange me. I still got to make a living too, you know? I'm a small business. Yeah, I don't do this full time, but if it's already lackluster as far as making a good amount of sales, you think that I want to undercut myself just so that you can get less? You know, it's selfish inherently, but that's a topic for another day as well. I just wanted to share just quickly about this because I think it's important, considering everything that's happened throughout society these last 12 months or so, since everything that's escalated. And now we're in, you know, the phase where they're having the vaccines and these measures to slowly open back up while continuing to still wear masks. But there's a lot of businesses out here that need that help, that need that exposure, or need that boost to not only recover from where they were before, but surpass that and get even better than before. You know, the last time I checked for some data, I believe it was 2020, they said that there's over 2.5 million small businesses
in Florida.
I know not everybody's doing good, you know, and a lot of people are still trying to get back to where they were initially. So that's just my suggestion, man. You don't have to do it. That's just what I believe is reasonable, considering there's a lot of people that are in need, but only if you can afford to and you want to, you know. But try something out. You know, these big brands continue to make money off of us, and they've made even more money since the pandemic. They've came out richer than before, while a lot of us haven't been bailed out like them. And I'm not even trying to be political. I'm just being straight up. Like, a lot of us are left out while the big companies continue to prosper and elevate, as you remained at the same spot you were before or are in leaving a lower position, you know. So small businesses support estimated half of the state's economy, half. So they're definitely extremely important, and they contribute to our society and they keep our society going. So it doesn't hurt to think of ways where you can support them support your friends, and support other small businesses in entirety, because Florida, I believe, has room for improvement. And as although they have a lot of things I love as well, I know that there's things that we can do better, you know. Encourage your friends, support your friends, buy in full price. There's so many ways that you can contribute and allow your friends' businesses not only to necessarily make a boost, but boost their personal confidence, or let them know that you have their support. Because it's hard to be prosperous as a small business owner, especially when you're the only one. You know, the sole props, the contractors, the single member LLCs like me. We're just trying to make our ways, and all of the other businesses as well. And it's not easy through everything that's going on. And I just encourage everybody to find different ways that you can, you know, whether through social media, whether purchasing their things, whether looking out for what you can do better. Shout out to everyone I mentioned. Shout out to other people. If I didn't mention you, my bad, you know. It's a lot trying to do this. I'm just thinking about all the things that I have that I'm dealing with, I'm trying to overcome, and I'm just trying to progress. I always want to become better than I was before. Try to make the same way that you work on yourself is the same way you should work on your business. Your business is a reflection of you. So keep putting in your work and keep trying to find ways to elevate. Even one day, if you made yourself even 1% better than the day before, you've made great work because you've improved. You look at it the same way I look at stocks, you know. A little is better than nothing. It's better than dropping it in the savings. But once again, I appreciate the support. Look out for me all over, you know, for everybody. This is RFBM, Raising the Financial Bar with Mar. Peace, love, and blessings. Oh, and one more thing. If you haven't started yet, start now, man. Don't worry about what you can't do, what you can't do, what you can do. I still have basic equipment, in my opinion, with a lot of the stuff that I use, but I work with it until I get further. I'm using my iPhone camera now because my DSLR, I just felt like it wasn't up to par. I think this camera was better, you know? And just keep pushing, man. We out here. We're going to get better. You're not going to be in the same position forever. And whether you have your friends or family support, you will have somebody's support because you network, you reach out, you suggest people refer you if they enjoy your goods, your services, your work. You're not just out here by yourself, but you have to believe in yourself and love yourself and appreciate yourself and your contributions that you're already doing. And I just leave it at that on that note. Mic drop.
Our own mind has to be changed. We have to change our mind about ourselves.
But this world is such a gimme. Everybody back off. You know, everybody's like taught that from school.
I don't come to bow, you know. I come to conquer.